If you guys are looking to get a stacked NBA 2K account or to get your badges grinded, make sure to hit up GoatPlug on Instagram. His link will be in the description. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure that I go over this, bro. We've been going so crazy with the subs, the views, the likes, everything. But somehow still 95% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. Hit that sub button for me. Y'all know I be going crazy. Hit that sub button for me.
I got digital dash camera with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in with yet another video. Today, I'm coming to you guys with the best takeover in the game. I'm ranking every single takeover, and I'm showing you guys also all in one video how every takeover affects any build. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also gonna be going over what code does also. So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna be doing all this all in one video. I could have probably separated this into 2 different videos, but I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to end this off the right way. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be doing all that. Every single time we do this, y'all go so crazy. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. All right, so this is gonna be a 2-part video. I'm gonna be going over first how every takeover affects any build. After I do that, break it down for y'all, I'm gonna be ranking every single takeover. In my opinion, the best way I know. So first, I'm gonna be going over how code affects every single build before I go over how takeover affects every single build. So code, if you don't know, if you're code, you don't lose 10 attributes. You lose 7 attributes to every single thing. But not only do you lose attributes for being code, but you also can lose attributes for being tired. So you gotta understand, in any game, if you're wondering why you can't speed boost at this point, maybe you're tired, or maybe you just have so little of takeover that you're cold, and you're not even at cold yet. So yeah, you gotta understand that. All right, next, before we go over each takeover one by one, how they affect every single build, I wanna mention that if you don't notice, every single takeover gives you +5 to every single attribute. So there's also going to be another +5 to certain attributes, but every single attribute gets a +5. So yeah. I also want to say, before I go too far into this video, I want to mention that I literally went through all these players, changed their attributes to like 25 and then to like 80, to all their attributes and stuff like that, to make sure that I knew what was +5, the only +5, and what was +10, strictly for this video. So yeah, man, for that alone, please leave a like. All right, so we're gonna be going over each takeover from least to greatest, which does the most and which does the least. So the first takeover we're gonna go over on how it affects every single build, Sharp Take. Pretty much all Sharp Take does is helps you on offensive consistency, shot IQ, 3-pointer, mid-range. Those are the only things that gives you +10, I believe. So yeah, Sharp Takeover gives you pretty much the least help on attribute pluses. All right, next, Shot Creator Takeover is gonna be pretty much more of the same as Sharp Takeover, but instead of just shot IQ, offensive consistency, mid-range, threes, you also get +10 to your ball handle. All right, so Rim Takeover gets a lot of +10. So +10 that it gets actually surprisingly gets close shot, interior defense, all the defensive stuff like interior defense, like block, stuff like that. So yeah, it pretty much is just pretty much for the big man side. It's what it's gonna give you +10s on. All right, next, Post Takeover. We're gonna be going over Post Takeover. What it gives you +10s on is drive and layup, close shot, obviously all the post stuff, post hook, post fade, post moves, and then surprisingly, it actually gives you +10 on interior defense also. So yeah, man, Post Takeover actually is pretty well rounded on its +10s. All right, next I got you with Glass Take. Glass Takeover gives you, it's one of the best takeovers in the game, so it's gonna give you a lot of +10. So it gives you +10 on your close shot, +10 obviously on all your rebounding stuff. So yeah, all that's gonna get +10. So yeah, and then pretty much strength, vertical is gonna give you plus 10 on strength, vertical, your rebounding, close shot. So yeah, man, it's gonna give you plus 10 on a lot of well-rounded things. I'm surprised it actually doesn't give you plus 10 on your interior defense, but yeah, it gives you plus 10 on a lot of different things. All right, next, play take. We're gonna be going over what play take gives you plus 10 on. So it gives you plus 10 on your driving layup. It gives you plus 10 on your ball control, all the passing stats like pass accuracy, pass vision, pass IQ, ball handle, speed with ball, which if you don't know, that's how you speed boost. Speed with ball is how you speed boost. The combination of ball handle and speed is where you're gonna be getting that from when you're making your build. But speed with ball is how you speed boost. So not even ball handle is how you speed boost this year. It's speed with ball. But yeah. And then you're going to be getting plus 10 on stuff like speed and all that. So, yeah. Play take is going to be pretty well-rounded, too. So, yeah. All right, next is going to be the lock take. Lock take gives you plus 10 on perimeter defense, steal, pretty much everything on defense except for, like, interior defense and block. It also gives you plus 10 on lateral quickness, help defense, pass perception, which is how you be in those passing lanes, defensive consistency, speed, acceleration, strength. All that stuff gets plus 10. All that stuff. So it's pretty much going to be the second most plus 10s you're going to be able to get. All right, next is going to be the last one we're going to be breaking down for the takeovers before we go into the rankings. And this is going to be the slasher take. This is going to be the takeover that gets the most plus 10. So the plus 10s that slasher take gets: driving layup, standing dunk, driving dunk, close shot. So that's already 4. Not driving, but draw foul. Shot IQ gets plus 10. Ball handle gets plus 10. Speed with ball also gets plus 10. So yeah, it also helps you speed boost at a higher rate. Now, there might be people that say that's not true, but obviously it is. So, yeah, offensive consistency gets plus 10. And we're still not done, man. You know what I'm saying? We still got speed giving you a plus 10. And your vertical and your strength is also getting a plus 10. So, yeah, man, that's going to get you the most plus 10s in the game. Slasher Takeover is actually really crazy what it does. They really buffed the mess out of Slasher Takeover this year. Even though it was actually still really good last year, Slasher Takeover is just crazy this year. All right, next, before we get too far into the rankings, we're finally going to be going over the rankings, but I just want to say this. 2K actually did a very, very good job of well-rounding each takeover and making it as balanced as possible. This is probably the most balanced takeover has ever been. From 2K17, 2K19, 2K20, this is probably going to be the most balanced takeover has ever been. Now, there are very overpowered takeovers, you know what I'm saying? But from the worst takeover in the game to the best, I feel like it's as balanced as it's ever been. All right, so with that being said, bro, the worst takeover in the game, in my opinion, at this point in the game, is shot creator takeover, man. Like, shot creator takeover, not really too many people are going to be using the way that you're supposed to be using takeover. So, like, dribble pull-ups, fadeaways, hop jumpers, spin jumpers. Like, for people like Ticino, it's going to be probably the best takeover because that's his play style. But with that being said, from the pluses to what it does, it gives you plus 10 to like mid-range 3, ball handle and stuff like that. But in my opinion, if I'm going with a shooting takeover, I will go with a different one. If I'm going with a dribbling takeover, I will go with a different one. So yeah, man, for guards, it's definitely the worst one, I would say. But it's not a bad takeover at all. But I would just say there's better takeovers than it that you can choose for the type of way you're going to want to play. All right, next is going to be the second worst takeover, and it's going to be rim takeover. Now, like I said, none of these takeovers are bad by any stands, but rim takeover just had to be the worst big man takeover on this list. Now, what rim takeover does is, if you don't know, if you play with it, it helps you pretty much neutralize any takeover that a big man has. So pretty much if you have a rim takeover, and within the 3 positions, like if you're at power forward, small forward, power forward, center, if you're at small forward, I don't know how you got rim takeover at small forward, but shooting guard, small forward, power forward. If you're at center, it's going to be the same thing as power forward, power forward, center. So yeah, it's going to cancel out any thing like that. If they're in that position and you're guarding that, you're going to be able to cancel out their takeover. Pretty much just cancel it out. If they have like post takeover, sharp takeover, playmaker takeover, it doesn't really matter. You're going to be able to cancel that out. So yeah. But yeah, rim takeover is just a badge that pretty much there to just cancel out a takeover. pretty much just that simple. You can get snatch blocks with it. You can still get snatch blocks without it. You know what I'm saying? Like in 2K19, you had to have rim takeover to get a snatch block. In this game, you don't have to even have rim takeover. You can just have the rim protector badge and still get snatch blocks. But will I say the defense is better with rim takeover? Yeah, it's really hard to score on rim takeover for sure. Like you'll miss wide open layups and wide open dunks just because somebody with rim takeover is in the vicinity. But yeah, I still have to say it's the second worst one on this list. Another takeover that I truly do love. I love putting play takeover on because I love taking ankles. But play takeover is the third worst takeover in the game, in my opinion, at this point in the game. Play takeover is going to be the only takeover you can literally make people fall with snatchbacks. And the only way you can make people fall is with snatchbacks. So that's like another negative. You can't really like actually do combos with it. Like you can do combos and then do it into a snatchback, but that's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do it sometimes with half spins and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? But play takeover is still a really good takeover to me though. Not only just for that, because if you're passing with play take, it's literally gonna be greens every single time from your teammate. Like even from the worst players to the best players, it's gonna be green most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Play take is a very, very good takeover to use, especially if you like are a playmaking person. Like especially if you're playing rec, pro-am, anything like that. But like I said, none of these takeovers are bad on this list, so I had to put it at the third worst takeover. All right, now going into the top 5. Now, the takeover that's coming in at number 5 is going to be probably the comp takeover for any guard. It's going to be Sharp Take. Now, if you're going against any comp guard at the stage, more than likely they're going to have Sharp Takeover. I'm telling you that right now. They're either going to have Sharp or Slasher Takeover. Sharp Takeover is just so overpowered now, bro. Especially if you put it together with Steady Shooter Hall of Fame. You can green heavily contested shots, man. Like how do you even guard something that you can literally contest at the highest possible ability and they can still green it? How can you guard that? So yeah, man, Sharp Takeover is just crazy. Now there are badges or takeovers that can cancel out Sharp Takeover, obviously, but with that being said, man, Sharp Takeover had to take a jump because of how comp the takeover really is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very overpowered. I cannot lie. It's very overpowered. Now, from the attribute standpoint, it's probably the worst takeover from the attribute standpoint for what it helps you do. But I cannot lie. This is a comp takeover. It's really mainly for comp players. So, yeah. All right, next. The only reason Sharp Takeover isn't higher is because of this takeover. Lock Takeover is a badge that literally just cancels out Sharp Takeover. You cannot do that to Lock Takeover. You know what I'm saying? You cannot green those type of shots on Lock Takeover. Lock Takeover is also going to have you playing the best defense for any lockdown. If you have lockdown take, you would know that lockdown take makes a big difference on getting steals, blocks, playing defense, anything like that, bro. Lock takeover is crazy. Not only does it do that, but it cancels out any takeover. Just like rim takeover cancels out any takeover. So if you're a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, shooting guard, same thing. Small forward gets power forward, small forward, and shooting guard. So yeah, man, if you're in those vicinities, you're gonna be able to cancel out their takeover. It's just that simple. So yeah, man, lockdown takeover, very, very good takeover in this game. All right, coming in at number 3 is the post score takeover. Everybody knows how overpowered post score takeover are. Now, they really nerfed the clear out takes or like the clear out animations, but they still are very overpowered in the game. Like if you're going against a comp post scorer, it's hard to guard, man. They can make some crazy hook shots. They can make some crazy post fades, but not only do they cannot do that, but they can literally do post spins, drop steps, and get crazy animation steals. So yeah, man, I have to say post takeover is still top 3 in the game. Now, obviously, if you have going against somebody with rim take, it's not gonna be as easy, but you can still do post spins on people with rim take and stuff like that. So yeah, man, rim takeover, or not rim, but post takeover is, in my opinion, the second best big man takeover in the game, but the third best takeover in the game. All right, next is going to be glass take. This is the best big man takeover in the game, in my opinion, and the second best takeover in the game overall. So yeah, glass take, what it does is it gets you snag animations. It helps you set the biggest screens, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, it gives you a lot of pluses. So yeah, it's gonna have you setting the best screens. It's gonna have you getting better animations on rebounds. But not only that, if you're going for offensive rebounds, you get clear out animations when you're going for offensive rebounds. Not only that, it's really hard to box out somebody with glass take. They can literally just throw you out the way. So it does a lot in this one take to the highest of its capability. But I haven't even went over the biggest deal it does. It shows you if your teammate's missing or not. So even, you know how you have the jump shot meter for any person now. but you pretty much can see exactly where the board is going to be if you have glass cleaner take. So yeah, man, it does a lot for glass cleaner take. They went crazy on glass cleaner take, especially this year. So yeah, glass cleaner take coming in at number 2 on the list. All right, and coming in last but not least, the number 1 spot, the best takeover in the game in my opinion. Shout out to the slashers this year. They went crazy for them. But yeah, slasher take, the best takeover in the game, man. Not only does it help you speed boost at a higher rate, like Playmaker takeover and slasher takeover are pretty much the same thing. Playmaker takeover pretty much gives you the same attributes. The only difference is slasher takeover gives you better pluses because it pretty much does all the same pluses. You know what I'm saying? Not only does it give you speed with ball, but it gives you dunk, layup, and all that. Playmaker takeover will be better if it gives you like shooting stats plus 10, not just like passing and driving layup, but it only gives you driving layup, passing, speed, and ball handle and stuff like that. So I would say slasher 1 is better for that. But Playmaker takeover, if you really trying to like help your teammates hit shots and stuff like that, I can see why you would say it's arguable to be just as good. But in my opinion, slasher takeover, when it comes to going for contact dunks, dunking the ball, being just unguardable, going for alley-oops, any type of finishing, bro, you're going to be going crazy, bro. So, yeah, man. And not only is that, bro, when you have slasher takeover, people just love to leave you wide open. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get dunked on. They sometimes just give you free points. So, yeah, man, if you like on a build that you know you can shoot with, you're gonna be greening like crazy because you're not just getting plus 10s, you're getting plus 5 to everything. So you're gonna be getting plus 5 to your shot. So yeah, man, slasher take, in my opinion, is the best takeover in the game because it's the most well-rounded takeover from the attributes to what it does. So yeah, man, I just had to do it again. Slasher takeover, the best takeover in the game. So yeah, man, for that alone, I went over everything. I even literally went into 2K and made particular players for particular takeovers so I can do the research to know exactly what the takeover did. So yeah, man, for that alone, please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. We got more videos coming out every single day. But yeah, man, this is gonna be the last day for the daily giveaway. I'm gonna be doing a big giveaway today. So instead of doing the daily giveaway, I'm gonna just be dropping codes randomly on this video for the whole day. So pretty much you don't have to enter at all. Just be ready for the codes, and it's gonna be just be ready to be refreshing on this video because it's gonna be a new code just randomly all throughout the day. So yeah, man, just be ready for that. But yeah, man, thank y'all for going so crazy on this entire banger week, banger month. We got crazy videos coming out. I'm gonna be dropping very, very soon the best build in the game, my new build. But yeah, man, without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and my build, man.